Alright guys, welcome back. Here we are. We're on the new area, the ultraviolet area. There used to be a nice little area to go over and talk about while we talk about the build and everything, about how it works and what we're specking into and all that good jazz. So with that being said, I'm not going to ramble on too long. We shouldn't be in here too long. There's not too much to go over. So actually I'll go ahead, I'll take off my class mod real quick. Help it out, make it a bit easier. Look at the tree. So quick note, I don't have Galaxy Brain on. There's a glitch, it's bugged. Don't worry about that. I'll show you my modifiers, and the modifiers I'll show you is like where all the gameplay was at. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and look at run through everything. We have 5 out of 5 into armored infantry for gun damage and reduction. Oh, we're actually gonna be specking mostly in a shield retribution, bottomless mags, and demolition woman, by the way. So go ahead, get your Vladoff ingenuity for the gun damage and damage reduction. Very solid. Then I throw the 1 in the Vladoff ingenuity, just because I had a 20 left over, and then I spend it on here. If you want to, you could spend it on here, or actually, looking back at it, I would probably take this Vladoff ingenuity and throw it into full can of whoop ass. But you know, I mean, it's good to have the extra shield recharge rate in the max shield. But I'm starting to digress here. So our thin red line, go ahead, throw max this out. It's kind of important if you that you do this. Make sure you do that. Obviously, max out your drowning in brass. That's a very good kill skill. Very solid. Max out at 60% gun damage. Very good and really easy to stack up with kills. Then we have experimental munitions. Whenever Moze or Iron Bear scores a critical hit, they deal bonus incendiary damage. Now this might not be the most useful in certain situations, especially since you're using a rocket. Mostly the yellow cake, you could probably put that over in a full can of whoop ass. I just kind of put this in here for the extra incendiary damage, but maybe you could throw it in full can of whoop ass. It's kind of versatile. We have 3 out of 3 into behind the iron curtain, or you know, you could throw could take the 1 out of Vladoff ingenuity and experimental munitions, put in a full can of whoop ass and force feedback if you want. Totally up to you. Behind the iron curtain, just quicker shield recharge and delay. Max out desperate measures. This is very important. Part of the reason why we're specking into thin red line and desperate measures. You know, those two kind of go hand in hand. And then we don't even have force feedback, mainly because, you know, it's if you're yeah. You know, if you're using force feedback, it's for critical kills. At least this one, it's only critical hits. You know, you're not going to be doing that many critical kills, so I kind of figured force feedback's kind of worthless. Definitely max out Phallic Doctrine. Very good gun damage and shield stacks, and they last for half a minute. Very good. Definitely max this one out. Our tenacious defense, this is actually really good. Since we don't actually run a death list, this will actually help us a bit. Whenever Moze's shield is fully depleted, she instantly restores a portion of her shield, and we get some gun damage for about 30 seconds. Criteria, what's up, man? Thank you for messaging me. Glad to help you out. Yo, getting a friend request in the middle of a video. It's all Gucci. Anyway, so this also helps us restore max of our shield, which is very important, and this works. The gun damage lasts for half a minute. I just said that. And then we restore 40% of our max shield, and I think we start recharging immediately. Yes. The skill can only be charged, or can only happen again once your shields are fully charged, which will happen very often. So if you come over here into the bottomless mag tree, very simple. Max out Cloud of Lead, soak the embers, get redistribution. You have to put 1 into Scrappy to get to Russian Offensive. The Russian Offensive and redistribution are amazing for Moze now with the recent buffs. Keeping her alive is very important. That's really all you do for this tree. Next tree, Demolition Woman to help with our splash. So since we're not using short fuse and Iron Bear is kind of like terrible now, we're not going to be hardly hopping in Iron Bear at all, so don't put anything in the Grizzled. Straight 5 out of 5 and 5 in the Skagged In. Max out means of destruction. Throw 3 into Torus Cross Promotion, because Torus Cross Promotion now actually gives, you know, splash damage, which is very useful. Then we can go ahead and get into Auto Bear. Very nice. Auto Bear will just kind of help out staying alive, giving you procs. Well, gosh, you know, the more I look at it, I don't even think we really need Auto Bear. Honestly, if you wanted to, you could probably take this point out of Auto Bear, and you could probably get a little bit further down into, well, you know, I mean, you could probably throw more in a vampire, but you don't even need a vampire. Honestly, like, with the 3 leftover skills, you could probably throw 1 here, and then an extra 1 into Scrappy for the extra gun damage, honestly. That's just some on the fly thinking that I wasn't thinking about initially, but that's something you could totally do. Here's pull the holy pin, grenades crit, and then when the grenades crit, they do more damage, and our vampire procs more. You only need 2 for vampire, and yeah, that's basically going to be it for the skills here. Very simple skill tree for Moze. First time specking back into the Shooter Retribution tree for a hot minute. Just a lot of buffs. Just, man, dude, Moze is really awesome. So we're gonna go ahead and get to in the weapons here. God damn, look at my head, it's freaking ridiculous. So let's go back and throw on our class mod, our bloodletter, which is what we're gonna be using. Yeah, it's a 53 bloodletter, don't judge me, okay? So literally the guns that we're gonna be using is mainly just the yellow cake, right? The yellow cake is stupid good. If you can get one with this anointment, this is what you're mainly gonna want to go for, because the entire purpose of the build is to one-shot everything, and having this anointment is obviously insane to do that. The 300% anointment, for those of y'all who don't know, this works obviously if it's a red bar enemy, if they're above 90 health, but if they don't even have a red bar, it's flat against it, 300% across the board. Against armored enemies, it's 300%. Shielded enemies, 300%. If it's a red bar enemy with another red bar, 300%. If it's a, you know, let's say a Malawan guy, red health bar with a shield, 300%, and you're gonna one-shot most of those type of ads with this yellow cake. Especially, look, dude, the yellow cake is absolutely disgusting. We were casually just dumping 6 million, 12 million, 4 million, just casually throwing out millions upon millions of damage to everything around us, just casually nuking away everything. That's kind of where it gets its name. And then let's say you do have an enemy that somehow makes it that doesn't get one-shotted, you can then switch over to this yellow cake if you want to, with the 150 rad. This will do really good damage, not as much as this one, but it'll do some really good damage if they, you know, are under the threshold, which won't happen hardly often ever. And then we have our Nukem here, just to mix it up a bit. The Nukem splash radius, just careful, this thing can kill you very easily without you, like if you're not careful, this thing will easily kill you, but we still run it just in case. But, you know, once again, our workhorse is going to be this yellow cake with this anointment. We also have the ×2, which is obviously very helpful. So, then we have our one-shotter here. Once again, since we are trying to one-shot everything, obviously having the one-shotter is very useful. You combine the one-shotter with, let's see, we have our Russian offensive and our redistribution and our vampire, and then tenacious defense. We'll be able to basically have a full shield pretty often, and whenever you have a full shield, you know, we're going to be amping up the damage. So, you know, we're going to be having an amped 300% yellow cake ×2 in Mayhem 10. Yeah, dude, you're going to be hitting for millions of damage. Also, you know, we have a corrosive ASC, and then this, our matting tracker has cryo. I would run radiation, but we already have radiation across the board, so I just threw in the corrosive, which is really helpful. That's kind of what we're using here. Your grenade, just make sure it's some sort of cloning grenade that can easily proc a vampire. That's what I could recommend for you there. And then obviously run a bloodletter. Our bloodletter has 19% weapon crit, 19% splash, and 26% weapon damage. Very, very useful for this type of build. Your bloodletter should roll something similar. If you can get AoE on it, that's good. Splash is good. Flat weapon damage is good. Anything like that. And heavy weapon damage is what you're kind of looking for. Moving on, we have our artifact here. I stuttered there. Whoops. Our artifact, we're going to be running a Last Stand Victory Rush. I'm mainly running this Victory Rush mainly because of its passives are super nice. AoE, shield recharge, and radiation damage. All three of those coincide with what we're trying to do here. Constantly having a 1% one-shotter for the amped 100% damage. Area of effect just coincides with splash damage, and then the shield recharge rate, I just said that, whoops. And then the radiation damage helps even more with our yellow cake, obviously, because it's being a radiation weapon. And that's basically it for the gear and the build. Basically, to wrap everything up, what you're going to be doing: yellow caked, amp damage, lots of good passives to buff it. It doesn't even, the yellow cake, if you have a bloodletter, a victory rush, and then you don't even really need a one-shotter. The one-shotter just makes it that much more powerful. If you just, main bread and butter of the build is this yellow cake with this anointment. What you're looking for, and then you can spec the tree as you need to. Once again, you could play with some skill points, moving things around a bit. And yeah, With that being said though, guys, that's gonna just about wrap up the video. If you guys did enjoy the video, then go ahead, drop your love on that like button and subscribe if you are new. Yo, first Mayhem 10 build video going up today. I'm pretty proud of myself. Yes, this is a bit of a cheese build. It's using the yellow cake, but dude, I was having a lot of people ask me what kind of like build I was using, and I didn't want to like show people or tell people, because it was literally the build I was using in like some of the other videos was just it wasn't like fully spec. This one's actually spec designed to do what I wanted that build to do, which is literally one-shot everything with a yellow cake and do millions of damage super casually, and that's what it does. Anyways, guys, if you are on PSN, I can help you get all this gear so you can start running this build on your Moze and just casually run through the game. This can easily run through the Mayhem 10 takedown solo. I was doing it on with the cartels on and still breezing through the Mayhem 10 true takedown on Moze. So yeah, Moze is here to stay. She's amazing now with all these buffs. The yellow cake is broken. I do have another, I have a similar build like this coming for Flak, and then a few other things that I'm still testing behind the scenes that y'all will see later on. Anyway, so guys, hope you enjoyed the video. My name's Kree, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out, fellas.